action against homeowners in Mayo, to the point that maybe they'd be boycotted. I mean, what do you think of that?
I would completely dissociate myself with those comments. I don't think it's helpful in this debate. I mean, we certainly need outside the box thinking in terms of how we fix the whole debate between holiday lets versus long-term lets. But I think the whole boycott concept is crazy, and I really would, as chairman of the Housing Strategic Policy Group, dissociate myself from it. We do need to think differently. We do need to get the balance between economic need and social need. Right now, you take towns like Westport and Mayo, we have people moving out every single year out of the town. We're losing the core, we're losing that community. That, you know, the very reason that people come to visit Westport is the people. And if you've no people living in here, we have a major problem. And that is unfortunately the way we're going. So I think we're at a crossroads now. Do we make economic wealth more important than the social requirements of our community? And I think social responsibility has to be at the forefront of our decision making, and make sure that we ensure the core of towns like Westport are preserved, and that we put community to the fore. And right now that debate needs to be had. Government needs to make decisions to support it on that. And I think as councillors we can make changes, unique changes as well, and I hope that's what we can achieve as part of our housing policy group in the months to come.
Okay. And so you don't want to demonise holiday homeowners either, but I suppose you can understand why they do it too.
Yeah, and I always say it, I'm an accountant when I'm not a councillor. As an accountant, someone asked me where would I invest my money if I have a house, I would say short-term lets is absolutely the way to go. But as a councillor, in terms of social responsibility, I will recommend people to consider long-term letting, because I think it's the right thing to do for our community, the right thing for our town. And I say that regardless whether it's Westport or any other town in the country, that we should be encouraging people to live in our town centre, give it real vibrancy, give it somewhere that people want to live and grow up, and support their clubs, their schools and voluntary organisations. And in terms of holiday homes, I have no difficulty with a person having a holiday home, none whatsoever, but it's getting that balance. And if people do opt to have a holiday home and they're lucky enough to be able to own a second home, what I'm saying in the most recent proposal is they would pay a local tax that would be ring fenced to go back into community facilities, so everybody as a whole benefits from it. Once you have people living in a town, they're part of clubs, they're part of tidy towns, they're part of voluntary organisations. They make a contribution in so many different ways. But if you're just coming in here as a transient holiday owner or homeowner, as a holiday homeowner, unfortunately you're not contributing other than financially to society. And that's where I think we need to find that balance.
Hi, my name is Tom Burke from J.J. O'Malley's Bar and Restaurant here in Westport. I find it a considerable challenge to get employees in town, primarily down to the fact of the lack of accommodation, long-term accommodation. It tends to be that when I advertise the job with accommodation, and I'm finding it harder and harder to find it now. So I'm losing out on chefs, managers, different professions that would come to Westport and be part of the community. And it's a challenge, difficult challenge.
Westport's a great place to live, best place to live in Ireland, but I'm afraid it's becoming more difficult to live in Westport because the lack of houses being built, houses available to rent, and we're very lucky to live here, but I know it's a struggle nowadays to get places for people that want to get new talent that's coming in to work in our businesses.